Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the EVIT 2024 National Technical Honor Society Induction Ceremony. Please stand as we recognize our candidates. Welcome, class of 2024 NTHS inductees. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the accomplishments of these young men and women. We are excited to induct 109 students into NTHS this year. Also, to my right, we welcome administrators and members of EVIT's governing board who have joined us in attendance this evening. To begin our ceremony, I would like to invite Kimberly Ortiz, NTHS Ambassador in second year dental assisting, to come forward to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you, Kimberly. Our first speaker tonight is Dr. Chad Wilson, Superintendent of EVIT. He is married and has 2 children and is originally from Tucson. He has been an educator for almost 30 years as a middle school teacher, assistant principal, and assistant superintendent, and currently our East Valley Institute of Technology district superintendent. Please welcome Dr. Chad Wilson.
Stop. Just kidding. Welcome. My name is Chad Wilson, the superintendent here at the East Valley Institute of Technology. And students, I just want to take a minute and congratulate you. The work that you have demonstrated, the work that you are currently doing is not only setting yourself up for opportunities, but you're adding value back to the communities that we live in. I say this all the time, that our goal as an organization is to help prepare you to do good and to do well. You can go and make a good living with what you're learning here, and that matters. But also what you're learning here allows you to lean into your neighbor, to your family, to your friend, and to help them. As a society, we focus a lot of times on doing well, and again, that matters. But sometimes we don't spend enough time talking about doing good. Oftentimes, the mark in your life that you look back on isn't going to be the money you've made. It's the impact that you've had on others. And the skills, the certifications that you're earning here are a tribute to your ability to do well and to do good. Now, we service roughly 5,000 students here at EVIT. Those of you here represent individuals, men and women, who have committed themselves to not only the industry certifications, but to a higher standard for yourself and for your profession. I'd like to take a minute, if I could please, and recognize moms, dads, grandparents, anybody who is leaning in and supporting the students here tonight. Could you please stand up? Students, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of the East Valley Institute of Technology. We know how difficult it is to be a quality parent, caregiver, loved one in today's environment. But the fact that those that you care about are here tonight is a tribute to the work that you're doing, so thank you very much. As an organization, though, we also know that our ability to do the work we do is dependent upon having leadership in the organization that cares about kids. I'd like to recognize our board president, Mr. Robert Covington. Mr. Covington, if you please stand. I've had the privilege of working for a number of boards, and I can tell you that our board puts students first. And that is an easy thing to say, but a hard thing to do. But the fact that we're doing the work that we're doing is a tribute to the work that you all do on the board. So thank you, Mr. Covington. If you are a faculty or staff member here at EVIT, will you please stand up or step out of the shadows for 2 seconds? Please. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I get the good fortune to come up and say a few words, but the truth of the matter is that your success, our success, is because of the men and women that just were standing up. Not because of myself, and as much as I respect Mr. Covington, not because of Mr. Covington, it's because of the men and women that dedicate themselves daily to pour into your life. So students, congratulations on tonight. Please make sure that you recognize what you have accomplished, but please make sure you realize this isn't the end of your journey, it's just the beginning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. Next, we have a video message from Peyton Holland. Peyton has invested many years with career and technical education programs and is currently the National Technical Honor Society's Executive Director.
East Valley Institute of Technology NTHS inductees. On behalf of all of us at the National Office and over 1 million alumni, we're excited to welcome you to the National Technical Honor Society. And today, we're here to celebrate you because each of you are an outstanding example of what happens when the desire to be the best that you can be converges with a passion for learning a skill. Your dedication to your craft and your commitment to learning skills, that's not only going to ensure your success in your educational pathway, but it's going to serve as the foundation for a successful career. Now, before we go on, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of the outstanding educators and advisors who have played and will continue to play a role in your journey. These individuals believe in you and what you can accomplish. And our members, well, they can't demonstrate excellence in career and technical education without educators who teach and model that for them. So thank you, advisors and educators. We appreciate you. Now, NTHS members, I also want to take time to say thank you to you. Thank you for not only exemplifying the best that career and technical education can be, but thank you for believing in and investing in the value of the programs that you're taking. You know, if you've watched the news lately or read any headlines, you've most likely seen that our country, it's facing a severe labor shortage. Currently, nearly 10 million jobs are going unfilled, many of them due to applicants simply not having the skills needed to do the jobs. 10 million job openings? That represents a tremendous economic challenge for our country. It delays services, causes shortage of goods, and can even result in the closure of businesses. You all, you represent hope and opportunity, not just for our local economies, but for our global economy. The skill sets that you'll bring to the workforce upon graduation, they can immediately impact this global challenge and result in a more positive outcome for each of us. Now, not only that, but it also represents a tremendous economic opportunity for each of you. You see, the skills you hold, they have tremendous value. And if you continue to hone and develop them as you move throughout your career, that value is only going to increase. Now, when I was in high school, a masonry class changed my life forever. That instructor in that class, who's still a dear friend and mentor of mine to this day, he always taught us that if we had skill and if we took pride in our work, there would always be opportunities for us. We just had to be willing to seek those opportunities out and take advantage of them when they arose. Now that statement, it still holds true today, and it holds true for each of you. And I wanted to let you know that NTHS, we're always going to be here to help support and encourage you as you go after those opportunities. I wanted to remind you that NTHS provides nearly $300,000 per year in scholarships to support our members who want to continue their education and skill development. All of our current members and new inductees, each of you are eligible to apply for those scholarships right now. Just visit nths.org and log into the student portal to get started. Now, once you log in, you'll see that you also have access to benefits like letters of recommendation, certification opportunities, partner discounts, and add-ons, and so much more that'll give you the opportunity to explore careers, develop your employability skills, and even more. And not only that, this year I'm excited to announce that we're launching a new NTHS Alumni Scholarship, a scholarship that will always be available for any NTHS alumni to apply for, no matter how long you've been out of school, whether it's been 2 years or 20 years. You see, we believe in supporting your long-term growth and development, and we know that growth and development doesn't stop when you graduate. It's lifelong. Always know that NTHS exists to support and celebrate you, students who believe in investing in themselves and acquiring the skills that you need to build your futures. So on behalf of the entire organization, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication to learning a skill, and thank you for representing the absolute best that career and technical education has to offer. Congratulations, and welcome to the National Technical Honor Society.
Thank you, Peyton. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce our first guest speaker, Ellie Willard. Ellie was a two-year EVIT student who graduated in 2020. She was enrolled in the radio audio production program and was an NTHS inductee. Currently, she's a senior at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, obtaining a degree in journalism, and has launched into her professional career, holding school newspaper leadership jobs and interning as a breaking news reporter at the Arizona Republic. Please welcome Ellie Willard.
I gave this speech last year, and they got me a step stool this year. So, hello, everybody. My name is Ellie. I'm now 4 years removed from my EVIT journey as I graduated in 2020. I'm finishing up at ASU, and I will have my first in-person graduation ceremony in May. As for my post-graduation plans, I'm incredibly lucky to have found a long-term internship, soon-to-be job opportunity. In February, I started working for the Tonto National Forest on their communications team. It's really been a culmination of everything I learned in school, even back to EVIT, and so much more. So I had a very incredible undergrad experience, and I'm very, very thankful that I came from such a strong foundation. I had no idea what I really wanted to do with my life until I came to EVIT. Nervous and afraid, I walked through those doors, and I learned so much more about myself and my passions than I ever would have thought. I never considered journalism in any way until Mr. Dave Jude over there introduced me to everything, and we did tours of the Cronkite School, and it really led me down this path. So I can't thank EVIT enough for what it's done for me. One thing I really loved about EVIT was feeling as though I had a jump start on my career compared to my peers. Being SBE certified early on, I just felt really motivated and excited to come to school and know that I was working towards a career, not just a graduation. I'm not that much older than any of you, and I sat exactly where you did a couple years ago, but now that I'm at the end of college and just starting a career, I hope to offer some advice. Being here tonight at this NTHS ceremony means that you care. You've kept up your grades, you've stayed involved, you're motivated, and you're passionate. You didn't come to EVIT because you had to. Nobody here feels that way. I definitely did not feel that way. I came to EVIT because I wanted to be here. And you're an NTHS student because you care about your goals and your career. But even more so, you stay here and you push yourself because you see how beneficial it is for your future. It's very easy to give up. We're all insecure in a lot of ways, and we struggle with our own problems and challenges. It can be a way easier option to give up on your goals and detour your path whenever you hit an obstacle. But all of you have taken the active choice to push that aside and assess yourselves. You know your passions, you know your limits, and you've taken advantage of a really incredible school, and you've chosen to take on life's challenges as they come at you. The next couple years, things will get hard. College is really hard if you decide to go. Figuring out how to be an adult is really hard. So it's essential that you find healthy ways to cope with it. Career opportunities and end goals may shift, but everything will work itself out. Just keep pushing forward in whatever direction you feel is right. I know when I first came to EVIT, I had no idea what I wanted to do. When I went to college, I tried out a lot of different paths, did a lot of different internships, and now doing social media and communications, that's not where I saw myself starting. And even doing this job, I still feel myself evolving. So always be willing to be a part of that evolution and continue on that path. Many times I thought I was unable to get through college, and I'm very thankful that I pushed myself through and didn't let my insecurities get to me. When I was where you were a couple years ago, the biggest struggle I faced was feeling that I wasn't good enough to be sitting in the seats or that I didn't work hard enough. And as I've continued through college, I continue to fight against that mindset and catch myself expecting more and more from myself every year. Unfortunately, I think that is a challenge that all overachieving and motivated students face, as you constantly are reaching for the best for yourself. It's always good to look ahead and push yourself to try harder, but force yourself to slow down and live in the present. As you continue in school, make decisions for your future or your chosen profession, please stop and appreciate how far you've come and appreciate all the effort you put in to get there. Remember the big moments and successes. Let yourself celebrate and appreciate your growth, not just focus on what you can achieve in the future. Try to avoid comparison too. Only focus on comparing yourself to a past version of yourself, and I'm sure you'd all say you've improved in one way or another. And never feel ashamed, like I said, if your path or goals change. Everyone's on a different path, and you should be working what's best for you. Do what you're passionate about, do what makes you happy, and do what drives you to get out of bed in the morning, even if it means changing your major or your career path or just picking up a new book. And lastly, reflect on your values and what matters most to you, and bring it into your work life as much as possible. You're more than your successes, and you're more than your career. What's helped me a lot is categorizing what I want to do by my moral ambitions. I love writing, I love communicating, I love doing good unto others, and I love sharing knowledge. And as long as I find something that makes me happy and allows me to share all of those values, I deem that as successful. Always do what you deem is best for you, and your best will be enough. As you walk on the stage, I hope you can take some time to reflect on the passion that brought you here and appreciate how far you've come. Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you.
job. I'm 7 feet tall for a second. Move that out of the way. Thank you, Ellie. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next guest speaker, Casey Toledo. Casey's journey includes overcoming housing instability to completing the medical assisting program at EVIT in 2018. Casey's resilience was also showcased when he was inducted into the National Technical Honor Society during his junior year in high school. Graduating cum laude from ASU with a bachelor's degree in biomedical sciences, Casey is now pursuing a master's in genetic counseling. He attributes his success to the crucial support and mentorship that he received at EVIT and the opportunities provided to him through NTHS. This experience not only propelled him academically, but also instilled a passion for aiding others facing similar adversities. Casey's story is a powerful testament to the transformative impact of education and community support on overcoming life's barriers. Please welcome Casey Toledo.
Okay, give yourselves another round of applause. Okay, just a heads up, there's gonna be a much different speech. So being inducted into this honor society is no small feat. It signifies the hard work, dedication, passion, and sacrifices you have made. I am honored to share this moment with you, a moment that I had the privilege of being a part of 6 years ago. Today, as we gather, celebrate this milestone, and I would like to share my journey with you, a story of resilience, hope, and the unwavering belief in the power of education and to transform lives. So, like Dave said, my name is Casey Toledo, and I'm a proud member of the Navajo Nation. And I am also a first-generation college student pursuing my master's degree. So my journey from the child I was to the person I am today is not one that you would say is uncommon. And I'm sure that some of you would say, I'm sure some of you can relate to my story. I hope every one of you can take something from what I share with you today. It is a narrative shaped by challenges, support, resilience, and perseverance. So I grew up in Tonalea, Arizona. It's a rural town on the Navajo Nation. I've experienced firsthand the stark realities of inequity and poverty. I lived in a world where some of my closest family, like my grandmother, lived without basic amenities, like electricity or running water. And the thought of pursuing higher education didn't exist. Yet my community's resilience in the face of adversity, the dire need for healthcare professionals, my personal experience of losing family members to cancer and other chronic terminal conditions, I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in healthcare. I had a dream, but I didn't know how to pursue it. And I didn't believe it was possible. This mindset I developed had to change, and I saw it interfere with my personal success multiple times. Although I did not have many positive role models in my life, I did have examples of what I did not want to be, a victim of my own circumstances. And to quote Maya Angelou, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. I knew that my community and my younger sisters needed a role model and an example that change is possible. I would say that attending EVIT changed my life and set me on a course for success. I came here as a 16-year-old junior where I was dealing with housing instability, and this affected my academic success. And if it wasn't for the advocacy of my counselors at my school and the acceptance from the staff at EVIT, I may not be where I am today. And I may have not had the amazing experience that I had. It was Mrs. Kaneen when I stepped into her Intro to Medical Assisting class She pulled me aside and said that she believed in me and that I should deserve to be in the accelerated medical assistant program. And if it wasn't for Mrs. Tellez, who was instructing the accelerated program at the time, if she didn't take me on, I wouldn't have been able to participate in it. And I really attribute a lot of my success to the mentorship from Mrs. Tellez. She really saw this potential. She saw this child who had yet to develop into the adult that I am today. And she believed in me, and she saw this person, and she held me accountable as I was struggling with a lot of what I was going through, but also at the same time, I was struggling with my grades at times. I wasn't studying, and she pushed me. She said, I remember one thing was like, I know you can do better. I remember she pulled me aside one day. She's like, I know you can do better. I know you're holding back. And she pushed me to study. She pushed me to go and join HOSA. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have been able to be inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. I wouldn't have been able to get my CCMA and my medical assistant diploma at 17. And it's also the lessons that I learned here that I carried on into my academic career and also my personal life as an adult. I remember walking across the stage when I was at ASU, and I remember all of the people that supported me and got me to where I was, and I immediately thought of EVIT. I thought about National Technical Honor Society, but I also thought about the times that I was studying with my classmates, and I also look back on those memories fondly. And I'm extremely grateful for the community that I built here. And if it wasn't for Mrs. Tellez, I probably wouldn't be in my master's program right now, because I remember I contacted her, I think last year, and I was like, hey, do you remember me? She's like, of course I remember you. And I was like, okay. And I remember I asked her for a letter of recommendation. She's like, of course, I would be happy to. And I got in. I remember I got in on my first try, and that's usually not the case for genetic counseling. And I remember meeting with her, and then she just talked about how she just saw this transformation of this person that I once was. And I remember she said, oh, I felt really bad for getting after you, but I told her it was just holding me accountable. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would develop the positive habits I have today. And with that, I kind of want you to take a moment to appreciate all the support that you've gotten, and also appreciate your classmates too, because I remember a lot of my memories that I made here, and it still makes me smile today. And you worked really hard for this moment. You've sacrificed a lot, you worked really hard, and you deserve your place here. In closing, so my journey to this stage is a reflection in the belief of the transformation of the transformative power of education and mentorship. Seeing your success makes me incredibly proud. And as new inductees into the National Technical Honor Society, you stand at the threshold of great potential to excel in whatever you pursue and make a meaningful impact on the world around you. I would like you to take a moment to appreciate the people who have supported you on your success as you carry them with you throughout your journey. Together, let's envision a future where education opens doors not just for us, but for those who follow in our footsteps. A future where every student, regardless of their background or the challenges they face, can achieve their dreams and contribute to a more equitable and compassionate world. Thank you for allowing me to share my story with you. I'm honored to watch you walk forward and make a lasting difference in the world. Thank you so much.
Would Naomi Johnson please come up to the stage?
My name is Naomi Johnson. I'm an NTHS ambassador and attending EVIT as a second-year dental assisting student. At this time, it is proper to identify the 8 lighted candles of the National Technical Honor Society. The light of knowledge and the 7 attributes of membership are presented on stage, and a candle is lit to represent each. In the center of the table is a lighted candle representing knowledge. Knowledge is familiarity, awareness, or understanding gained through experience or study. This candle represents the knowledge you have gained through experience and study in your technical program. The first member attribute is skill. Skill is the use of knowledge to develop great ability that is necessary to make a positive difference in a particular occupational field. I light this candle to represent skill. The second member attribute is honesty. Honesty is the quality of being truthful, trustworthy, and fair with everyone while at work or play. Light this candle to represent honesty. The third member attribute is service. Service is giving assistance and being ready and able to provide a helpful and useful act. Light this candle to represent service. The fourth member attribute is responsibility. Responsibility involves the ability to act without guidance or superior authority and being answerable for your actions. Light this candle to represent responsibility. The fifth member attribute is scholarship. Scholarship is the distinctive mark of one who has mastered an area of learning as reflected in the quality of his or her work, especially with respect to scope, thoroughness, and care. Light this candle to represent scholarship. The sixth member attribute is citizenship. Citizenship is being entitled with full civil rights and exercising the duties, rights, and privileges of this status. Light this candle to represent citizenship. And finally, the seventh member attribute is leadership. Leadership is the responsibility of serving as a guiding force and directing the way by going first with courage and confidence. Light this candle to represent leadership. Thank you.
Students, I would like to take a moment to think about all of those family, friends, and teachers that have been on the journey with you. Tonight, they are proud of your accomplishments. They are here because they care about you and your success. Let's take time to give them a round of applause for all the support they've given you. We hope these 7 attributes we just went over, you see in yourself and value these qualities which makes you eligible for membership in the National Technical Honor Society. Here in a few minutes, we are going to induct each one of you up here on stage into NTHS. You have earned this because you've maintained a 3.75 GPA, you have excellent attendance, and you've been a valuable member in your community. It is because of that dedication and hard work in your career path that you are receiving this award. You should be proud of your accomplishments. I challenge you to live up to the ideal conveyed in this NTHS slogan. Excellence in America's workforce begins with excellence in workforce education.
At this time, we would like to ask Jen Schwartz and John Howell, program directors here at EVIT, to please come forward for the presentation of the inductees. Parents, as the students come across the stage, they will pause for a photo opportunity. Will the first row please come forward to be recognized? Andrea Castillo Barron. OCL Korea Amezqua. Nico Canez. Mark Blakemore. Rexley Bland. Mason Bird. Ava Biggs. Renee Arnell. Natalie Antonio Alonso. Megan Anthony. Ria Adulapuram. Althea Oliva. Bailey Anderson. Layla Ford. Martine Fernandez Flores. Ella Faulkner. Lisbeth Docherty. Emily Cox. Madeline Cornelius. Jasmine Contreras Chavez. William Chin. Eileen Chavez Garay. Camilla Chavez Elias. Brandon Chang. Brooklyn Chapman. Charlene Castillo Colleen. Antonio Ibarra Tobuya. Gabino Ibarra Gonzalez. Samantha Hevelin. Aubrey Hamilton. Hannah Hathcock. Owen Hall. Blythe Gross. Gracie Gachana. Lizette Gomez. Valerie Gomez. Erica Garcia Contreras. Brandon Goshwady. Jeremiah Freest White. Eduardo Montanez Rodriguez. Cassie Militello. Sadie Matthews. Sergio Marrero. Talon Mayer. Jason Mangum. Rosa Lopez Ariola. Landon Laporte. Got it right. Maddox Lagilia. Amy Law. Daniel Kim. Caden Kendrick. Logan Johnson. Sabrina Pinella. Paige Peterson. Mariana Perez Cervantes. Nilese Ortega Moraz. Daisy Oliva. Karen Norris. Jacqueline Nordberg. Amber Navarro Alvarez. Olivia Muldrow. Anna Richardson. Jake Richard. Asher Reidenauer. Brianna Quintanar. Arlo Portiner. Matthias Pooley. Nevea Paisano. Goretti Ramirez Rodriguez. Kira Lazariga Smith. Jacob Vaughn Yelton. Paloma Valenzuela Corona. Hannah Valderrama Mueller. Maria Bella Triano. Lily Taylor. Maya Splittorf. Sienna Spreadbury. Lucas Eric Strang. Andy Stockson. Noah Schumacher. Tanner Rogers. Namila Bennett. Salima Cole. Ashley Hansen. We are just waiting a few moments for all the students to get seated. The students will tell you it's a long journey from the stage, through the lobby, getting photos taken. That's what's happening right now. And we don't want to move on until we've got everybody inside. Okay. Students, congratulations. At this point, we would like to thank the committee of fellow staff members and NTHS student ambassadors who have worked throughout the year to help us arrive at this ceremony this evening. These students were inducted last year and helped make this evening happen. We could not have done this without you. Let's a round of applause for those committee.
Hello. Hello. My name is Arlene Aldana. I'm a second-year medical assisting student. Will our students please rise so we can recite the NTHS pledge? Okay. So repeat after me on the screen. As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement. I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country. All right. That's it. Congratulations.
Students, congratulations on a job well done. You are officially a member of NTHS. Thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. If you would like to take photos with family and friends, please exit the auditorium and there will be photo opportunities in the lobby. Parents, friends, and family, please allow the students to exit the auditorium first. And thank you for attending this memorable evening. Good night.